Samsung is getting ready to launch its next flagship lineup, the Galaxy S26 series, and early performance leaks are already drawing a lot of attention. New benchmark results suggest that the Galaxy S26 Ultra could be powered by a specially tuned Snapdragon processor, making it one of the fastest Android smartphones Samsung has ever produced. As expected, Samsung will once again follow its familiar dual-chip strategy. The Galaxy S26 lineup will ship with different processors depending on the region. Some markets will receive models powered by Samsung's in-house Exynos 2600 chipset, while others will get versions running on Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor. This approach has been used for years, but it has also sparked ongoing debates among fans about which chip performs better. Recently, benchmark results for the Exynos 2600 version of the Galaxy S26 Ultra surfaced online, and the performance numbers were surprisingly strong. Now, attention has shifted to the Snapdragon-powered model, and its results are just as interesting, though not exactly what many people expected. A Galaxy S26 Ultra equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip has appeared on the Geekbench database. The listing confirms that Samsung is once again using a customized version of Qualcomm's flagship processor. Similar to previous Snapdragon for Galaxy chips, this version appears to be slightly overclocked to deliver extra performance. According to the benchmark details, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 side the Galaxy S26 Ultra can reach a peak clock speed of 474 GHz. For comparison, the standard version of this chip is designed to top out at around 460 GHz. That's roughly a 3% increase in clock speed. While this may sound small on paper, even minor boosts like this can translate into smoother performance in demanding tasks such as gaming, video editing, and multitasking. Looking at the Geekbench scores, the Snapdragon-powered Galaxy S26 Ultra achieved 3 6-1 points in the single-core test and 6 out of 86 points in the multi-core test. These results were recorded on a unit with 12 GB of RAM, with the processor running at a base clock speed of 363 GHz. These numbers clearly indicate that Samsung is once again getting a premium, optimized Snapdragon chip tailored specifically for its flagship devices. However, things become more interesting when these results are compared to the Exynos 2600 version of the same phone. The Exynos-powered Galaxy S26 Ultra previously scored around 336 points in single-core performance and impressive 369 points in multi-core performance. This means the Snapdragon variant is about 8% faster in single-core tasks, which typically benefit everyday activities like app launches and system responsiveness. But in multi-core performance, the Exynos chip actually comes out ahead by more than 6%. This is a surprising shift, especially since Snapdragon processors have traditionally dominated Exynos chips in most benchmarks. For long-time Samsung users who have criticized Exynos performance in the past, this could be a major turning point. Samsung's in-house processor finally seems capable of competing directly with Qualcomm's best, rather than falling noticeably behind. The Snapdragon-powered Galaxy S26 Ultra has also been compared to Apple's upcoming iPhone 17 Pro Max, which is expected to run on the powerful A19 Pro chip. Early Geekbench scores show the iPhone achieving around 3,775 points in single-core tests and about 9,749 points in multi-core performance. Compared to Apple's numbers, the Galaxy S26 Ultra with Snapdragon is roughly 5% slower in single-core performance. However, it pulls ahead in multi-core tasks by around 9%. This suggests that Apple still holds a slight edge in raw single-core power, while Samsung may offer better performance in heavily threaded workloads. Of course, it's important to keep expectations realistic. These benchmark results come from early test units, not final retail devices. Samsung still has time to further optimize software, improve thermal management, and fine-tune performance before the Galaxy S26 series officially launches. Benchmark scores can change significantly with software updates, improved cooling solutions, and final production hardware. So these numbers should be viewed as an early preview rather than a final judgment on performance. That said, the leaks strongly suggest that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will be a true performance monster, regardless of whether it runs on Snapdragon or Exynos. Even more importantly, the gap between the two chips appears to be smaller than ever. If the Exynos 2600 continues to perform this well, Samsung could benefit greatly. Using more in-house processors would give the company better control over optimization, supply chains, and manufacturing costs. This could be especially important if rumors about higher Galaxy S26 prices turn out to be true. Samsung is expected to officially unveil the Galaxy S26 lineup at its Galaxy Unpacked event on February 25. That's when all final details will be confirmed. Until then, these leaks give us a strong indication that Samsung's 2026 flagship phones will deliver top-tier performance and finally put the Snapdragon versus Exynos debate on more equal footing.